Right, what is up guys, here on the TomClancyCentral channel. My name is James, for you guys, another video here today. Today I'm going to be doing a quick video just going through what I want to see personally from the PvP beta coming soon to Ghost Recon Wildlands, but at least we hope it's coming soon. So I just thought it would be cool for me to just go through all the things that I at least want there to be in the beta. This isn't going to be like what I expect there to be in the beta, it's not what I want them to be fixing after the beta or anything like that. It's just going to be what I think they should be putting in to make the beta as enjoyable and as productive as it can be for the Ubisoft team for the release proper in the autumn. If you get into this video, guys, if you do enjoy, don't forget to leave a like, all that sort of stuff. Subscribe if you're new, and let's just get right into it. The first thing that I want to see is for there to be an outline of how the beta is going to work the proper game's going to work in terms of the class system, that sort of thing, but without too much stuff being given away. I only really want there to be 1 or 2 weapons per class, if that, maybe just even one. I want there to be sort of like 1 or 2 secondaries available per class, that sort of thing. I don't want most of the content to be given away in the beta because I want the game to feel fresh when it releases. I'm going to use Call of Duty Black Ops 3 as an example here. Many of you here might not have played the game, but there was a beta for that, in my opinion at least, released far too much content in the beta that meant a lot of the guns didn't feel fresh because there were so many of them that you could use in the beta that you'd used about half the guns that were available in each class. If, for example, there are going to be 10 guns available in each class, have 10% or maybe 20% of the stuff available, so you can get a general feel for how the class is going to operate, but you don't get to use the vast majority of the actual available stuff. So the game, when it releases proper, or the PvP when it releases proper, it still feels fresh, it still feels vibrant, it feels new. Obviously, because the PvP is releasing quite a lot later than the normal game, we've used a lot of the guns already, but they might play differently due to different health settings or whatever. We just don't know. I personally want the game, the PvP, to feel as fresh as possible when it comes out properly, and I'm hoping that the PvP beta doesn't ruin that by giving away too much content. The next thing that I kind of want to be functioning is the servers. I want the servers to be at least functional. I'm not expecting the connections to be flawless. That would be an unreasonable expectation for a beta, but at the same time, as the beta is only coming out 2 to 3 months ahead of the proper release of the PvP, they need to be at least functional, they need to be up and running. We can't have it like the Battlefield 1 beta was, where it was nearly impossible to log on for a good half of the beta, I found, at least where I was. And I kind of feel that Ubisoft can't really take the hit of having such poor connections, that it'll just put people off the PvP, full stop. You want to be bringing people back to the game with this PvP, and the beta is a really good way to show these people who have potentially left the game that this is going to be a fun time. People can't log on, you can't do that. DICE had to extend the Battlefield 1 beta because it was unplayable for so long. I think Infinity Ward had to do the same with the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare beta. That sort of negative publicity around the beta would be really bad for the game. People are always going to be buying COD, they're always going to be buying Battlefield, and it is worth mentioning that these games released with PvP, and the PvP was the main part of their game. So it was more excusable having stuff like this. I think people have already left Ghost Recon Wildlands. They need to have a really good launch, and having decent connections already in the beta would help that launch be as smooth as possible. The final thing that I want to actually I want there to be mic chat properly. This might seem a bit out of left field, but in games such as this, I think having mic chat is really, really important. And by that, I don't mean that you can invite people to your Xbox party or your PSN live chat, or whatever the hell it's called, in the game. I mean that if you have your mic plugged in and you're in the game, unless you've muted your mic, you can be heard by other people if you talk. Games such as Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon, no, not Ghost Recon Wildlands, sorry, Rainbow Six Siege has actually done this quite well, in that game chat is always implemented. I think that would be really cool. I think it makes it much more tactical, it means the team play works a bit more, and it means that playing on your own, playing solo, isn't always such a pain in the arse. It's always better if you can talk to people in the game. It makes it more of a hub, it makes it more of a community, and I think it would be really cool to have that implemented. It's just a personal thing, it's not necessarily such an amazingly big thing. I just want them to enable this so it's a little bit more sociable. Yes, there are other things that I can mention that I think should be in the beta, but out of the things that I want, I think those are the three main things. Yes, I want the maps to play well. Yes, I want it to have reasonable amounts of health and stuff, but that's not necessarily things that are going to be exclusive to the beta, and they aren't things that are going to be sort of hugely important. I guess, like, I get that the maps are going to be really important, the way they balance the guns is going to be really important, but that's going to be important in the main game as well, and I just sort of feel that the things that I personally really want, and I think will make the beta more of a success, that aren't necessarily core things that you expect from a beta, would be those three things. Because people don't often like expect amazing connections from a beta, which is understandable, and I don't think we should expect amazing ones, but I think it's still unacceptable to have servers that don't function during a beta. I don't know. It's going to just be me rambling along, guys, about what I actually want to be in the beta that isn't like the core functionality of it. If you have enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.